Welcome to the David Woods Sports Gaming YouTube channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into a Madden franchise scenario that's got us all buzzing. What if Donald Trump decided to buy the Chicago Bears and usher in a brand new era? It's a wild thought, but in the world of Madden, anything is possible. Imagine this: a brand new stadium, a complete organizational reset, and a bold new head coach in Kevin Stefanski. The Bears are starting fresh, and that means some tough decisions. In this simulation, we see them trade away star receiver DJ Moore and the highly anticipated QB Caleb Williams, opting instead to build through the draft and acquire significant draft capital. With 4 picks in the first round, the Bears make some intriguing selections. They grab quarterback David Woods from Iowa State, hoping he can be the future of the franchise. Alongside him, they bring in linebacker Todd Hines from the University of Oklahoma to bolster the defense. The second round sees them add more talent. Wideout Brandon Thompson from LSU is chosen to give their new quarterback some dynamic targets. They also pick up defensive tackle Shane Woods from the University of Iowa and kicker Chris Harris to solidify their special teams. And let's not forget tight end Colson Loveland from Notre Dame, adding another valuable weapon to the offensive arsenal. Now the real test begins. How will this revamped Bears team perform in their first game against the Vikings? Can David Woods, the new quarterback, lead this fresh squad to victory? We're about to find out in this Madden simulation. Thank you for joining us for this exciting Madden franchise journey. We hope you enjoyed this hypothetical scenario. If you did, please consider following and subscribing for more engaging sports gaming content.
It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Hard to know hiding my excitement. Ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the young man making his first NFL start. A big spot here for the rookie quarterback.
And we knew from the moment the commissioner called his name on draft night, and by the way, laid a pretty good hug on the commissioner going across the stage. But we knew he had a chance to be the starter week 1. He dove right into the playbook, ingratiated himself with his teammates, and that's exactly how things have played out.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 36 now. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. The defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Swift. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. Roma Dunze. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Back to the running game with Swift. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
We both know there's a lot that went into why they made him the first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A Couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is McCarthy. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
That's the first he's called his own number. He's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's McCarthy. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a throw here, hauled in. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They go back to the ground with Jones, and he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive, this opening drive, was on them. And, boy, that was important to pick up that first.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To the air with McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Well, going to sniff that out. Defensively, he had it diagnosed.
Keys made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now the Vikings will send out the special team crew here for a field goal try. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. That is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Here is 3rd down and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And able to get this one across the 45. Maurice Bryant. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Rookie to rookie on the cup there, and it's a down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st goal.
They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Jefferson going to go in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He gets it to Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a 1-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the 1st down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. That eye on the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw again. Rolling to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and just a couple of inches. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Jones. Seen but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Aaron Jones. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. And he's well on his way, 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well. And that's caught at the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 57 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Taken at the goal line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and it's the Browns who are out on top. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Juju Smith-Schuster, up over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Saquon Barkley, a touchdown run in the victory. We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Now McCarthy throwing on first down. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Addison hauls it in. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. McCarthy to throw on 1st and 10. Well, Jefferson with a great grab. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and a yard. On play action, McCarthy. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're offensive coordinator right now? Because you know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throw right side, taken in by Adunze. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a yard. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield.
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And this throw will be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
Now out comes Minnesota. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. Here's a 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 3rd and 2. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Dancing to his left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. McCarthy off the play fake. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And his kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself, because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Called a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. We're through 3 and with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Swift going to try up the middle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. He'll look to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And his kick here is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe saying, hey, we did what we to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Back to throw. McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And Jones has it over the middle. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter, and surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It'll be 37 yards on the punt. And the Bears take over. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards there for number 15.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Force the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Once again, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Up the middle, Johnson.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy completes this to Jefferson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. McCarthy now on 1st down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take out their 46. Yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Chicago, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.